to go down. And what? I gotta hit that button. So, as you can see, this is not your ordinary episode of Home Bars Live. We're filming later in the day, and I'm not at home, but I am back in the sunshine state of California with my dude Mo Hodges. And we are checking in from the art bar, Madrone Art Bar to be exact, where not too long from now, we're about to get on the ones and twos and kind of make a little ruckus happen. But this is Home Bars live from Madrone Art Bar. So we won't be giving you a tour of the home bar or anything like that, but we'll have a little bit of a conversation. So, Mo, tell them who you are, dog.
Yeah, hi, Mo Hodges here, Momo Deluxe, as we like to call it. Yeah, here I'm kind of moonlighting at Madrone Art Bar. It's owned by Michael Spike Krause. It's here at the corner of Divisadero and Fell in the NOPA district of San Francisco. If you haven't been here, where the hell you been? It's one of the cooler bars in town. Lots of cool artwork around. Definitely supports the community. This is a big meetup spot really for the neighborhood and for the city. They're known for their famous Motown Mondays, which due to COVID right now have been shut down. But we're gonna bring a little Motown to Tuesdays tonight, and we're gonna spin some old records and stuff out on the patio tonight. We got our buddy Josh Gelfan's gonna come and play some piano with us as well. So it's a great little bar. So when I say I was moonlighting here, I own a bar called Benjamin Cooper, which is it's a cocktail and oyster bar right downtown in Union Square. We're unfortunately closed down due to COVID. We're in a hotel, and the hotel's not reopening up until probably the new year. We'll see. So we're kind of in a holding pattern on that. And Spike was lovely enough to have me and my business partner Brian Felly here, and we've just been loving it. Taking over Tuesdays, making fun drinks every night, doing different stuff with different sponsors, and just making the best of it. Really, when it comes to I think that's kind of what everyone's doing right now. Just trying to make the best of it.
I think that's kind of all we can do right now. But I mean, one of the cool things though is to kind of see how you shifted and you pivoted to something else. Can you talk about some of the challenges of having your place closed down, but then some of the opportunities of having to be able to come in here and do stuff like this on a Tuesday?
Yeah, well, it's anytime you gotta, you're used to wearing the same outfit for 5 years, working in the same outfit. You get used to everything, and it's kind of like it's really comfortable. You can go in, you can, where everything's at, and that's the biggest thing. So when you come to like a new place, can I curse?
Yeah.
You're the fucking new guy, and you're the new guy, and you have to be like, oh, where's the orange juice? Where's the lemons at? Like, where's the cleaning stuff? Where are the trash bags? But once you get to know that, luckily this bar is like such a staple, and it's like if you've worked in good bars, it's like putting on an old shoe. Everything. Once you get it, you know where everything's at, and you can just kind of get right into it. Plus, the clientele in this bar is so much fun. Like, it's fun to meet new regulars, and then they become your regulars, and it's kind of like back in the old days when the two villages would get together, to spice up the gene pool a little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone gets new friends, and because I'm not saying you get sick of your same people all the time, but it's nice to meet new people.
So we actually had a chance to bring home the first annual Bartender football championship to the Bay Area a couple of years ago. And we were the first time champs, So can you talk a little bit about that glory of just running out on the football field and reliving those high school days?
Oh man,
catching touchdowns and just knocking fools all over the place.
Well, I gotta tell you, it was a lot of fun. Especially because I caught a few touchdowns and stuff. And I didn't play football in high school. I played soccer, and there was one game where I was gonna go and kick field goals for the soccer or for the football team, but they never went for like a field goal or anything. So it's kind of a pointless thing. So I never really had the glory of actually playing in a football game. So that was a lot of fun, and we did it right, and we won it, and and then the next year we didn't do fair so well.
We'll just stop there.
We're in a rebuilding year.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Plus we were old then. So like we are 1 year older the next year we played, so we were out of our prime. We had 1 year That was our prime, and that was it.
We did a line like Voltron that year and get it all. But I think one of the cool things is that as we're rolling into holiday season, still trying to find ways to provide kind of that holiday cheer and joy. And what are some of the things you're looking forward to during this holiday season, even though it is kind of as messed up as it is?
Well, Mo, my Christmas tree is up already. It was up Friday. And my lady, we put it up. We got the lights around the windows and stuff. We got the mantelpiece with like the little winter scenes on it and stuff. We got a little advent calendar that we opened #1 today, which was great. But yeah, when it comes to that kind of stuff, just making your space good. And when I've been talking to people ask me a lot about like, so hey, like what are some good home bar ideas and stuff like that? I said, well, this is a perfect time to do it because you can really lean into it and really practice like new recipes. There's a lot of stuff you can read, so everyone's got tons of time right now, and there's so many like great online things like what's going on here. You can be informed by so many things. So my advice to people is to really experiment, dive into like old recipes, old cocktail books and stuff like that, and then start adapting. Like, I mean, farmers markets are still open, so take all those old classic recipes that you're finding out and find like like a new piece of produce that you can add to it. Like some new fruit. Like if you ever used the persimmon, maybe tackle that. So there's a lot of things you can do just at the home to kind of give yourself, tie yourself over until you can get back and let the professionals do the work, and you can just steal all of our stuff. But
so for everyone at home, everyone's pretty much at home last night watching Monday Night Football. We gotta tap into this a little bit. Elevating the old instead of inventing the new is the way to go. So we have a question that says, do you think elevating the old instead of inventing the new is the way to go?
I'm kind of a maximalist in the sense that like I think you can do both. There's always, I think elevating the old makes the new. But yeah, I think really that it's like original music. That there really hasn't been an original song in a long time. It's just variations on the theme. Because everything has its base and a basic recipe that you can kind of run with. Now there's different textures and cool like things you can add, like using different acids and all that kind of stuff. And I love that, but you're really just kind of expanding on the theme anyway. But I always find like anytime I'm feeling like I don't, like I'm like, you like writer's block or cocktail block or whatever, cocktail blockers here, you gotta watch out for those. But I think that's a big thing. It's like going back to like the roots of things and just kind of, I was a few weeks ago, it was my 40th birthday. So you're welcome for being here for 40 years. So I was visiting a friend and he poured me a rusty nail. And I was like, man, I haven't had one of these in a while. And now he just played around with the measurements a little bit and found, so he works for Compass Box whiskey, so he used Compass Box Oak Cross, and then the Drambuie he just brought down by half and upped the Compass Box a little bit, so kind of like a 2/3 1/3 kind of recipe. And it really was like, I was like, man, this is, if I would have had a drink, if someone would have been like, this is a rusty nail and gave it to me like that, I would be like, yo, that's right on. So yeah, I think he took that recipe from a bar in Denver called Williams and Graham, which is one of my favorite spots in the world. So like that's a kind of cool thing, like seeing what other people are doing with classic recipes and stuff like that, or seeing where their SKUs are. I know like some of the big cats in this town like will they'll mess around with a classic recipe and just see what, all right, well, we use this gin, how does it taste with this gin, and how does it taste with this vermouth, and finding the best combos and things. I think that's kind of a great way to elevate the old. And then with all the new products in there, you're kind of creating something new, because these new vermouths that we're getting on the markets, or different amaros, or different liqueurs, different spirits that are coming around. That's kind of your new, I guess. So, it's a long way around on that.
No, I think that I agree with you. So back to my question before. So we watched the game.
Yeah.
So I don't want to touch on that.
Yeah.
So being from Philly and being a proud Philly native.
Yeah.
Give me 2 things that you miss eating the most.
Oh man!
If you could have every day,
I'm I'll give you it's the Holy Triumvirate. So I guess I'll give you three answers in one. So there's obviously the hoagie, the Italian hoagie. One of my favorites. I go to Sammy Subs in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. That's my place. Mrs. Bertrando, you're the best. She makes the best. She like slices the meat to order real thin. You know, she does like this little she makes like a sweet pepper and hot pepper relish that she puts on there. It's like so good. Oil and vinegar, you know, salt, pepper, oregano, all the stuff. So that and then Jim's Steaks on South Street, cheesesteak. There's a lot of good cheesesteak places in Philly, but I just like the vibe at Jim's. And they actually have seating. You can like sit upstairs and like look down on South Street. That's a really cool spot. And then the roast pork sandwich is the third sandwich that goes overlooked a lot. And you can get that in the Reading Terminal Market. And it's cooked pork with broccoli rabe and provolone, and it's super delicious. So those would be the three things I miss. And then my mom's cooking, of course.
Okay. So it's holiday season. Favorite? Give me your top three. Give me two. Maybe not top three because there's so many, but give me three Christmas movies that if they come on, you're watching them. Hands down.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, and then I gotta tell you, A Muppet's Christmas Carol. It's a great iteration of the classic Dickens tale. So I'd say those are my three.
I have to agree with you. I was actually watching Home Alone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's in the top five.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, after watching it, it seems like that's cool, but so many holes with that movie.
Yeah.
Like how for one, how are you gonna have two burglars trying to break into a house for about 8 hours and nobody in the neighborhood can hear them screaming or hear all this noise that's taking place?
Well, there are now, to defend the movie here, there are a lot of people on vacation, remember? Because they have been hitting other houses on the block.
True.
So
okay.
And then because remember there's a scene, they're sitting there and he's counting off the timers on all the lights and stuff.
Right.
So there's a lot of people out of that. So that was the target.
Fair.
You know, so people don't put your lights on timers.
Yeah. Or Joe Pesci will break into your house.
Yeah. And the guy, what's the other guy's name? He's the voice from the Wonder Years.
Yeah, I mean, and he was also he's played in quite a few movies, but yeah, you know, he's the guy like in Tremors that Kevin Bacon was in it, but no one remembers the other guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tremors, great movie franchise or what?
I would say no.
Come on, man.
I mean,
it's
I remember watching like the one when I was a kid, but that's about it. I haven't re-upped on that rewatch. I haven't gone back and reviewed, so I don't know. They made some new ones out, but I'm not aware of. But I mean, I would seriously like
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern.
Thank you.
I was thinking, you know, with movie theaters shut down and everything, or they were shut down and open, I guess you can like rent them out for like with 10 of your friends or something, which isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
I would go to the movies to watch Tremors. That's how much I want to go to the movies. So.
Well, I mean, to be fair, on Netflix, they just released a new Tremors movie. And
oh yeah.
Oh,
is Kevin
man,
Bacon in it?
No, he's not. The
Okay.
crazy dude, Doc, the crazy dude with the guns is the only one that stayed. And I think in every movie throughout the franchise, and there's probably like 12 of them.
Yeah, he's been dining out on that for a long time.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. So, you know, as we are going to get ready to play some records today, and we both are lovers of music.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite albums that you could listen to front to back or when you hear a song comes on, you turn it up and you just sing at the top of your lungs?
Yeah, man, that's tough because I have a lot of favorite albums, but one album that I always like if I'm feeling good at the house and I'm, you know, just, you know, want to put something on that just make me move a little bit is album James Brown did called In the Jungle Groove. And it's one of the baddest albums he's ever done. He had a really, really, really good band. I think it was one of the last that Clyde Stubblefield played with him on, and it's just a really good. If you haven't heard it, it's a good one. So that's definitely up there. I mean, Purple Rain, can never go wrong with that. And that's one of those albums when you hear a song on the radio from Purple Rain, you're half expecting the next song to come on. I feel like that's a sign of a good album. I always felt like, like Beastie Boys, Check Your Head was like kind of like that because you listen to it so much, or, um, any Tribe album really, like,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, Midnight Marauders would probably be my, like, if I was gonna have a go-to hip hop album, that, The Chronic, or Roots Thing Fall Apart, I think is probably some of the finer albums out there that I can listen to front to back. Aquemini is one of them. ATLians, if you want to go down that to the southern route. But yeah, there's so many. That's the best part about music, is there's always something new to discover. I mean, just when every time I go out and DJ, or we'll be playing with some people, like they'll pull out a record, I'm like, I need that song, and then that'll be my new obsession because it's new. So my favorite record is the next one that's coming on.
Sure.
I guess that would be the better answer.
I can dig that. I can dig that fully. I mean, because I think, like you said, that's the thing about music, is that it's constantly evolving. I mean, I could tell you that half of the stuff that I listen to now wasn't something that I listened to before. I try to get turned on to new things, as we go. But talking about that, let's take a step back and look at maybe what are some of your favorite drinks that, if you could maybe recreate, or maybe you have recreated in the past, that are kind of like your go-tos?
Oh man, well, there was one drink that Brian and I did in a Bloody Mary competition a bunch of years back, and it was a non-vodka Bloody Mary. Like, you couldn't get vodka, and we drew out the hat. We got Aquavit was our base spirit, so we were like, all right, well, that's actually probably one of the cooler things you can get. Yeah. A little less predictable. So we did kind of like a Mirepoix style Bloody Mary with more of some like roasted red pepper kind of vibes in it. And then we clarified the whole thing, and then carbonated it and topped it off with a little bit of champagne. And we served it, and it looked like a glass of champagne. And we had like a little bit of dehydrated Worcestershire powder on top. And it was like, it was one of those things where we're like, damn, this was like so much work, but it was so worth it, because it really, like, it looked like a glass of champagne, and then you drink it and it was all the flavors of a Bloody Mary, if not even more. So like, now I almost kind of want to make my Bloody Marys with aquavit. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Throw a little fresh dill on top, and you're like good to go. I'd say that, and then I always like just like the classic good old like egg white whiskey sour, like anything with frothiness. Like a good Tom and Jerry recipe coming up in the holidays, doing like a good holiday style Tom and Jerry recipe, where you can beat the egg whites and the yolks separately, you make the batter and all that stuff. It's those kind of drinks, those right now, this time of year, I start thinking of it. But like, yeah, nice, like a really nice, just like beautiful whiskey sour just sounds right to me right now. So.
And for those of you at home that don't know what a Tom and Jerry is, Google it. It's not just a cartoon, it's actually a cocktail, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Christmas, New Year's, my birthday's all this month, greatest month ever.
Yeah.
But what was one of like top 3 or some of your favorite presents that you got over the years as a kid that like till this day you still like have a dream about? Maybe it was like a Godzilla action figure, or like He-Man with the kung fu grip. Like, what was it?
Yeah. Well, I remember. So my dad got me. It was Allen Iverson's first year in the league. So I guess I was like junior year or something, junior year of high school. And he got me the questions. I was like, that was like he had volunteered for the Sixers or something, and he met the guy who was like representing Allen Iverson for Reebok. So anyway, I gave him like a card. He called in. He's like, can I get them on like before they come out? So I got like at Christmas, like I was like able to get a pair of like the nice fresh Allen Iversons, the first ones, and they were the coolest. I felt so fast, and that was back when I could actually get up on a rim. So I really like those. I would say that this past my 40th birthday, my lady got me a pair of Jordan. I mean, it's funny, it's both shoes. I guess I really like shoes, but I got a pair of the Jordan 6 golf cleats, because I play golf now. I can't play any sports anymore.
Those are pretty hot.
Yeah, so I got those. Those were, I was like jaw dropped. And then I'm trying to think with some classic ones where, it was always like, I always liked the sports stuff, like baseball glove, that kind of stuff. Any kind of tickets,
Yeah.
going to a concert or something. I remember my uncle took me to a concert up at Madison Square Garden, like when I was like in senior year of high school, and that was so awesome. Took the train up, and it was super fun. So those kind of things, and the gift that like when you feel like someone really knows, like underwear and socks are great and stuff, but like they're they're definitely a necessity. But I like when someone gives you a gift that like you can really tell that they thought about it and thought about maybe what you like. And I like giving gifts like that. I really love giving a gift that like you just see the person, you're like, yes, I know I won the birthday prize. Gave you the best gift.
So let's talk shoes for a minute, right? Because we're both big guys. We both understand the importance of shoes. I can tell you, I've had some dope gifts that were shoes as well too. We're both actually rocking Jordans right now at the moment. So
yeah, baby.
What like favorite shoe all time? If you could buy 20 pairs, what do you buy?
Jordan 11s, the all whites with the Carolina blue underneath.
You see how easy that was?
Yeah.
I didn't even before my question was finished, he had an answer. That's how we roll.
Yeah, those would be the ones. They were the the black with the white were nice, but the all white Carolina blue underneath, because they're really hard to find. There are some new ones that are all black. The black on black are cool, and they have this blue, like dark blue. It's called Gamma blue.
Yeah.
I tried to get them, and they were hard to get. But yeah, I would say those would be the ones. That, or I had these like I broke my foot at one point, and I had to wear these like Dr. Scholl's shoes for a little bit, and I wasn't just gonna wear one shoe, so I got wore the pair, and those are actually the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn working, So if I was gonna work in a shoe, the ugliest, most old man looking Dr. Scholl's shoes, like Clark's are really good to work in, or Red Wings, stuff like that. I got a pair of Blundstones I like to work in. It all depends on what you want. I know Brian, my business partner, he hates anything that's going to make his foot sweat. So he wears the lightest weight shoe that he can find. He wears flip flops if he could.
Yeah, gotta prevent that swamp foot. Swamp foot is dangerous in California. It's rampant in the bar business here. There's this swamp foot everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It's treacherous.
Yeah. But I would have to agree with you on the Jordan 11s. Those all whites are fire. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I could put that in my top 3 as well too.
Yeah, the old Bo Jacksons, the Air Maxes, like both those early Bo Jacksons with like the little Velcro on the front. Those were pretty cool. The pennies were cool.
Yeah.
But I would say for classic longevity,
the King Grippies though.
Yeah.
I mean, the Grippies were pretty hot, man. I mean, I remember
the Rod Woodsons. That was a cool shoe for a little bit. It was a trainer. It was like a cross trainer shoe, but everyone wore it playing basketball. And it had the rope style laces, as opposed to like the flat laces.
Then you had the original gloves too, the first GPs that came out with the little zip up and whatnot. So before we get out of here for the day, is there anything like you want to tell the people out there? Because I know, unfortunately, they can't see your lovely face because he's a handsome man. I'm gonna tell you. But what are some words of wisdom you have for everyone out there, maybe going through a hard time? Because I think we all are probably in our own way.
Well, it's really cool. So the owner here at Madrone Hardware, Spike, he just put a little thing out on the parklet outside about kind of asking that same question. It was kind of fun right before work. I had to wait for a minute for him to get back. And I was reading some of the things, and things, it was, you could write down things you're thankful for, things you've missed, things you're wanting more of, and all that kind of stuff. And I guess I would say, love the one you're with. I'm really lucky. Me and my gal moved into a house right before this all went down. Before that, we were in 2 different apartments. And we just got a place with a yard and everything. And I think we've just kind of made the best of it, homesteading a little bit, we grew some vegetables over the summer. And, there's that line at the end of the movie, Life of Brian and Monty Python, and they have that song, like, always look on the bright side of life. And, it's a little cliche, but I really think, you can go down a dark hole very easily. And I will remind everyone, this is a program about alcohol, but make sure if you're having any problems, if you feel like you're kind of going down, if you're looking to the bottle too much, or you feel like alcohol is going to like change your mind about something, stop and call a friend. Definitely, look I mean, therapists are probably killing it right now.
Yeah.
I would say if you're thinking about going back to school, go back to school for therapy, because they're murdering it right now. But I would say, that's the whole thing. It's just like being mindful about, your own mental stability and everything, and kind of keeping tabs on yourself. And if you can do that, it's not the same over a Zoom chat or anything, but you're still chatting with someone, and not being afraid of. I think this is one thing we've learned on this is everyone, I think, is kind of speaking their truths a little bit, their self truths a little bit more. And hopefully that's one thing we can continue when we're all back together, and we can hug and we can dance and we can just scream at a concert and all that stuff. But I think just holding on to those little things and remembering why you like them so much, those are really important things, because it's going to be all the sweeter when we can finally get back to doing all the things we love to do together.
That's real. That's real. So this has been a very special episode of Home Bars Live, as we are not in a home, we are actually in the bar.
Really good.
So I'm Mo Brooks. It's my man Mo Hodges. We will be seeing you guys same time, same place next week. Maybe in a new location. Who knows? But until then, y'all be safe out there. We'll see you soon. Peace. So this is a part